made it back. And that's a fact, man. What is going on, man? Shout out to everybody out there. Y'all know I'm going to hit y'all niggas with it. I'm going to hit you with it again. It's Sunday. You know I got to hit you with it. Did you just come back? Oh, man. And y'all niggas been at the just shut up, Jesus, that was bullshit. But the white supremacists is just nigga, what did I tell you? That's what they doing all day. So while y'all in there praying, y'all better get y'all some E5 in y'all life. Yoruba, y'all better get some motherfucking voodoo in your life, nigga. While you sitting up there praying to Cesare, I'm getting on that every week, cause you know, nigga. So-called black Christians always want to tell a nigga to do some shit. You like, hey man, you eat bacon? Fuck out of here, nigga. But anyway, much power and respect to everybody out there. If they had the core plantation, man, we gonna get in it. Like I said, man, I was listening to a podcast today. I had to block out time. First, I had to go get my clown. I had to small that motherfucking car. Man, there's like 10 motherfuckers in front of me. But I was able to listen to a whole bunch of podcasts even after, man. Listen to different podcasts. Listen to No Compromise. Shout out to that nigga. Hey, man, I just got some message. You probably left that message a long time ago. He said something about, he was like, man, the music on there is crazy or some shit. Shout out to that nigga, man. He must have sent it a long time ago, man, because I don't ever be getting the messages. It don't even let me reply. I guess I got to reply on here because on my phone, I can't even reply. It don't only let me see it. As soon as I hit reply, that shit takes me out of the fucking YouTube shit. So shout out to No Compromise. Shout out to Eric. Anybody else that's handling business, reading, writing, doing what you need to do. It's important, man. You got to listen to the podcast, man, to get you a different perspective. I was listening to the Scarface podcast. He said something real poignant. And I like what Benny Siegel said, too. You know what I'm saying? I listen to him, Benny Siegel, $1 Million Worth of Game podcast. I just like to catch up on my shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I think it's very important, man, that you do that. But anyway, I mean, is it bad enough that we are melanated and black in the dominant white society, but you got all these motherfuckers that are not foundational black Americans and just people that are not from here, but that could always criticize us and tell us what we should be doing. We gonna get on that shit today. Hate we don't need. You know what I'm saying? And hate that's not needed. And the reason why I say that is because we gonna get on this shit, man. You get it at the core plantation. All day long, all day strong, because you know motherfuckers in there jockeying for position. You know how that shit go. So they wanna appease the masses so bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's just certain things that, man, we gonna get on today. So I doubt I would touch on that, man. So if you at the core plantation or if you at church, I hope you read your Sunday school lesson and looked at all those Cesare Borgia pictures in there and Kurt Rambis. And Larry Bird, it looked like the NBA in the 60s when you study your Sunday school lesson. But whatever, man. But I'm going to get on some stuff before we get into that, man. The one thing I'm going to get on, man, is we got to start conducting ourselves accordingly and start viewing ourselves as businesses and understand the moves that you make are business prone. And I'm going to get on that shit, too, before we get started, man. Shout out to everybody out there, like I said, man. You already know I'm going on that black Christian shit. You know what I'm saying? No diss to the elderly people, but, man, the young motherfuckers be talking this Christian shit. I had a homeboy, man. Talking that Christian shit, man. I was just looking at this nigga like he's crazy. This is years ago. This is about 18, 19 years ago. Trying to get me to go to this church and all this other shit. And I'm like, nigga, I grew up in that shit. Nigga, you're not going to be able to scare me when I don't care how much Bible verse reading you do, nigga. If you're not reading outside of that Bible that the Europeans, the pilgrims gave you, sorry, not resonating with me. But it's just very important that we do that, and I'm about to get on it right now. Let me cut this clown ass shit down. man, I think it's very important, man, that we start conducting ourselves like businesses. And this is the reason why I say that, man. You may not be able to appease everybody and how you conduct yourself. I'm talking about whether you have a business or not. Treat yourself as a business, which means always be focused on what you need to be doing. Whether it's like sometimes I don't like to be bothered. I just want to take time to read, or I want to take time and listen to podcasts. because when it's like a Dr. Phil Valentine podcast or Dr. Claude Anderson podcast, when he's on Boys Why, because I literally will rewind it and listen again, and especially when Dr. Claude Anderson is dropping jewels about books. Any podcast I listen to, when they're talking about books, I like to take my time, rewind it, go look for the book on Amazon Prime, and add it to my list. When I'm in those blocks and those moves, I don't like to be bothered at all, because I want to take the time, listen to the shit, and absorb what is being said. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of the podcasts I've been listening to lately, like Earn Your Leisure podcast, that's a very good podcast. You're a business, and you have to conduct yourself like a business. And as Benny Siegel said, he was on Drink Champs, and Benny Siegel said something very, 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 very heartfelt. He was like, when Jay-Z got on the witness stand, and he said a lot of good things about Benny Siegel, the judge said, are you going to verify where he's at, and such, and Jay-Z was like, I will not be responsible for him. And at the time, it broke his heart. But as he got older, he matured. He was like, I was wilding and I was out of control. And one of the main things that he said, and I'm not justifying what Jay-Z did, I'm just saying the main thing that he said was, when people have goals, dreams, and ambitions, everybody can't go. Everybody cannot go. And that fucking is true. Everybody can't go because it's your lane. And it resonated with me because in the system of racism and white supremacy, not just that, in your everyday life, when you have a lane that you picked out for yourself and you trying to get to that, you don't have time to be appeasing everybody else. And not just that, I'm talking about you can't go outside of what you're trying to do unless it's going to be beneficial. And I'm not talking about financially. I'm just talking about beneficial mentally wise. Is it going to help you? Is it going to hurt you? Hey, what's going on, Shawnee? I know I'm late as motherfucker, but I had to listen to this podcast. I even went back and kind of rewatched Benny Siegel just to catch shit and listen to it, man. You Philly stand up. Beans is from Philly anyway. I had that album, The Truth. That album was dope on Rockefeller. Beans was nice. He's still nice. And when he said that, he was like, Jay was like, look, nigga, everybody can't go. And it's true. Everybody cannot go with you. And you got to start conducting yourself like a business. When you're busy, you got shit going on. You have stuff going on. And even when you're trying to start a business, this is one of the things that I've learned. I was dealing with somebody, and it was I was dealing with somebody, and other people that I deal with regarding business, like I have this Latino sister. She be wanting some CMOS. That sister's on point. I mean on point. I had to say this. That sister's on point, Shawnee. And when I mean on point, she'll text me, hey man, if you got some CMOS, you think you have it ready, such and such, I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna have it ready on this time. Cool. We can meet at this time in this place. Cool. Before I even meet her, already Zelled in my account. I'm telling you, Shawnee, this shit fucked me up. I'm like, that made me even more want to be like, all right, I got to be on my shit. And then you come across people that's like, they don't view you the way you think they should because they feel like it's almost an entitlement. Like, oh, well, you don't have to be business like that with me, but you do, because I'm always the type of person, I can only use me as an example. I can't use nobody else. When I ordered these, well, you can't really see this one because it's in green. It's got my name on it. And I ordered this one right here. This one is in purple. I ordered these glasses from the sister. And I got her card. It's somewhere around here. Beautiful sister, man. I got the card right here. Beautiful sister out of New York. I didn't play games with her. I didn't window shop and ask her 1,000 questions and pretend like I was going to patronize her business and then I don't even fuck with it. Black people don't have time for that. And the funny thing about that situation was, I think the sister was so surprised. I was like, okay, well, how much is it? All right, no problem. Boop. Cash App. Here go your money right here. Take your time. When you send it, you send it. I ain't tripping. I feel like people need to be like that. But when people are not like that, you can't hold them accountable. You know why? Because their thinking is not your thinking. It's almost like, I was watching Nori today and he was just like, I don't have any broke friends. Smart man. Because a lot of the times, if you're striving to do better and you got a whole bunch of broke people, they're going to resent you for it. It's like you the only one that's working a job and all your friends don't work jobs. And they don't have no hustle. They're going to resent you. They're going to make you feel bad for working a job and doing that stuff. And I feel like that's the type of discord we don't need. And when I was dealing with this person, I had to tell this person, I'm like, look, man, I'm not going to be waiting on you all day. Because people think you're going to wait around on them all day. And no, nigga, that's not how it works. And then when you start conducting yourself like a business and not being tolerable of people's bullshit, that's the one thing I've learned over the last 5-6 years, time. People will waste your time. They don't, first of all, they don't respect their own time. So then if they don't respect their own time, then how could they respect yours? And I'm here to tell you, set boundaries and perimeters and have an electric shock fence around your time. You give them one time, and then when you give them that a lot of time to fuck up, boom, don't do it no more. Sorry, man, I'm not waiting on you. Because if you do that, people will respect it. And that's one thing that I've learned. And I learned that from dealing with that Latino sister. I'll be at this time, this place, whoop, whoop, whoop. You got the CMOS? No problem. Boop, Cash App. Or boop, here's the Zelle. It wasn't no, oh, do you have the money? No, none of that. And I don't even know this sister. This sister, I met this sister through somebody else I was making the CMOS for. This is just an example. And it's a lot of the times that I've learned that. You know, people are not respectable of people's time. And they think, and a lot of times people think you just sitting around the house waiting on them all day after they done what they got. And what you have to start doing is just be non-tolerable of it. I'm just telling you what I've learned. Non-tolerable of it. Sorry. Nope. Man, my family could tell you. I don't hardly answer the phone. If you a close relative, like one of my sisters, I'll probably call you back. But if you're not one of them, I'm not going to call you back. Period. Unless and if I don't call you back, that's probably because I'm super busy and I got shit going on. But I am not a time wasting mechanism. And a lot of people, they have that bad. They go into this whole ritual of, a lot of people get off on wasting your time and unloading all their dirty laundry on you. And then you mad fighting their battles. Nope. That's one of the things that I've been working on for a long time. Not allowing people to waste my time. I'm not going to allow you to waste my time. I'm only going to tell you, I've always been that way, but I'm even more on top of it now because I'm older. You're going to be older a lot longer than you're going to be younger. And a lot of people, they feel like you have time to waste. And when you move forward in life and people are not, don't pull them along. They'll figure it out. They'll figure it out. And the reason why I'm saying this shit now and I'm getting this out of the way now is because as time goes on, it's like if you read, the only thing you can do is tell a person, hey man, you should go check this book out. If they don't want to go read it, then that's on them. You can't be mad at them because they don't want to read it. But you told them and you move the fuck on. And that's what's most important. And the reason why I'm talking about this right now is because shout out to No Compromise, man. That podcast fucked me up. Hey, Sean, you need to go check this dude out. This nigga got a podcast called No Compromise on YouTube. It's dope as fuck. The nigga should have 150,000 subscribers because he's talking about real shit. Fuck my podcast. I'm not, look, man, I don't want a whole bunch of people like that on my page anyway because I know they'll take my shit down. Once I get too many followers, I already know what they gonna do. They gonna be like, nah, get this nigga up off of there. But his podcast is really good because what stuck with me the most was when he had these sisters on there, right? And they was, Shawnee, they was talking about how they deal with different people within their business. And some people complain about the price. Some people don't want to support. And it's true. So what you have to do is you just gotta move forward. You gotta do like white people do after they fire a nigga at the corporate plantation. They move forward. It's like that person don't even exist to them because they don't care. Because for the most part, the dominant white society, they don't have a soul. They don't care. That's why they do. That's why they've done the things that they've done. That's why it's so hard for us to come together and have unity because they know if we can sow discord amongst them, and I am very much a non-tolerant person of sowing discord and wasting time and getting together not to do anything. That four-wall shit that Nearly Fully Jr. talks about, I forgot, but like the four-wall shit where motherfuckers just want to get together and just not, there's nothing involved. We're not moving forward. We're just getting together. I'm not into all that, man. That's like going to church. You just going to church and reading the Bible and you know, hoping that, you know, you're going to live good in the afterlife. Nah, man, fuck all that. I'm not into that. I'm very much not into people sitting around waiting for something. No, you just gotta go do it and go live your life and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I think that's best. That's why as I'm dealing with this person, I'm like, my nigga, you're not the only person that I make CMOS for. You know what I'm saying? And I got a job, nigga. I work at the Corp Plantation. I don't have time to be waiting on you. Nigga, I'm shipping this shit. I shipped it to Erica. Shout out to Erica. I shipped it, man. Shipped it to the home girl in Texas. I gotta ship some to my auntie and uncle. Like, nigga, I don't have my people's in LA. I ain't got time to be sitting around here waiting on you, nigga. I'm like, nigga, your shit is gone, nigga. Shawty had to tell that nigga. I was like, hey, man, what time you gonna be here? Oh, man, I'll be here. Nigga called me 8 hours later. I'm like, nigga, your shit gone, homie. This is the principalities of the situation, nigga. I'm not gonna be waiting on you all day. You know, because a nigga will be like, I'm like, just woke up. I'm gonna rewatch at work. Yeah, go ahead, rewatch it at work. You ain't missed that much. I was just talking about me. I was just going over us treating ourselves like business. And then when you try to do some business, you gotta tell motherfuckers. And I was just telling Shawnee, hey, anybody listening on SoundCloud, I'm talking to the chat right now. I'm telling Shawnee, because Shawnee said she listening. I'm telling her, I'm like, look, man, I had to tell this nigga, like I said before, shout out to the Latino sister. I'm blanking on her name, but real cool sister. I don't even know her. I know her through somebody else I was making the CMOS for. And what ended up happening was she's been the most business customer. I'm talking about that I don't know, just business. Okay, you got it, boop. Here goes motherfucking Zelle, no problem. But then some niggas, I'm like, nigga, I'm not finna wait on you all day. I gotta send this shit to my auntie. I got people in LA I gotta send this shit to. I ain't got time to be waiting around on you. Oh, nigga, your shit gone, homie. Nigga was like, oh, that fast? Yeah, that fast, nigga. Niggas will waste your time. I don't play the time wasting mechanism. I don't do that shit at all. That's why a lot of, yo, I didn't know you made it. You know I will buy some CMOS from you. Nah, man, Shawnee, man, nah. Just give me your address. Nigga, I'll send you some, man. Don't even trip off that, man. You been fucking with me. Look, you been fucking with me and Nuke since the inception. Remember me and Nuke? You know, I'm gonna text Nuke tomorrow in the morning time. Yeah, I'm gonna text Nuke in the morning time. Yeah, talk to me. This nigga thought he's gonna have me waiting all day. And then look, before I get into the subject at hand, and this is what I really had to hit the nigga with. Nigga, I'm not finna be waiting on you all day. Now, a month prior to this, I had already told this motherfucker. And I've known this motherfucker forever. I'm like, look, my nigga, I'm not about to be taking this shit to you. So we gonna have to meet because this Latino sister, I keep bringing her up because this Latino sister will meet in the middle. Very, very cool sister. You know, she don't really want no smiling and you ain't gotta like, hey man, what's the directions? How much should I take? You know, I give her a little, directions or whatever, right? Boom, and it's done. And that's it. You know, shout out to, the homeboy Nick and Dom and everybody else. Even them too. I have to make something for Dom and his moms too. Shout out to Dom and Nick. But it's a lot of times, man, you make this shit, boom, boom, no problem. But it's always that one person, they feel entitlement. And I'm like, nigga, I'm not finna take that shit way over there. Nigga, you gonna have to at least meet me halfway. And what are the parameters? What is the time? I don't do this whole free safety time zone shit like, well, whenever you got the time. Because a lot of times people will make you feel like, well, if you want the business, no, nigga, there's customers everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, nigga. And I gotta mail this shit to LA. I just made a fresh batch and I gotta mail it to my uncle and them. I'm like, nigga, I ain't even call him. I'm like, nigga, you're not even my family. I'm not finna be sitting up here playing games with you. So guess what I did? Guess what I did, Touch? That's what I did, Shawnee. I was like, hey, man, your shit is gone. Your shit is gone, my nigga. That nigga was like, oh, man, for real? Yeah, nigga. I told you I'm not going to be waiting on you. Nigga, I'm busy. Nigga, I be reading on the weekends, coming up with ideas. I take out special blocks sometimes so I can watch podcasts, so I can learn. Then I got other projects that I'm working on. So, nigga, I don't have time to be sitting up here waiting all day. So I had to nip that in the bud real quick. And guess what? Once you do that, motherfuckers either respect it or reject it. As the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said, you can take it or you can let it alone. But, nigga, I'm not playing it. Nigga, this ain't a convenience store. And the lady I get my edibles from be saying the same shit. I guess people be taking too long to pick up their candy or cakes. She She put on her IG, she ain't waiting for customers all day. I'm telling you, and let me tell you something. I'm not finna sit up here and front like I got this big. Look, man, I creep up on a comment with my shit. Pay a deposit. Exactly. That's why I'm like, nigga, I'm not even making you pay. You know what I tell motherfuckers? Tasha and Shawnee, you know what I tell them? Like one of the homegirls, she was like, well, I was like, well, here. You go get it at motherfucking blackandnoble.com and you can look up the thing. Go make it yourself. Like, to me, that doesn't bother me because I already got the formula and I know how to do it and I do it for myself anyway. So that shit don't bother me. What bothers me is motherfuckers thinking that you gonna wait all day for me. That's why I'm like, nigga, I'm not gonna wait all day for you. I don't have time for that. My niece's friend was bugging her about it. And I had to tell my niece, I said, and she knows who she is. I said, hey, you know I'm not finna wait all day. And I was like, I'm not making no product for people I don't know, and then now I just got a wasted product. No, nigga, that shit costs money. So I'm not finna do that shit. That's why, you know why? It's because you have to set boundaries. And once you set up those boundaries, you move forward after that. I said, man, I told you I wasn't playing a month ago. Nigga, I'm not finna make CMOS for 4 different people and then be waiting on you all day and I'm wasting product, my nigga. So I'm not doing that. So nigga, you either come with the deposit and I don't care what nobody say. You have way too many ways of payment. Shout out to the homegirl Erica. I was like, look, man, just give me your address. I'll send it. And then when you get in, everything is copacetic. Then we can talk about some bread. Man, Erica was like, nah, fuck what you talking about. She sent the bread anyway. Just on GP. And I told her, I was like, well, I wish other motherfuckers like that, man. Motherfucker want me to make a 1,000 things, and then you got to go chasing them around. That's not business. So what you do is you just get away from them people, and either they understand or they let it alone. You can take it or let it alone, as the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan say. That's why I'm like, nah, man. Hey, what's going on, Erica? Lots of content's created. Just ask for support. So that's what I do. Facts. I'm going to tell you right now, man. Yesterday, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, I'm not waiting all day for people. I'm tired of that shit, man. I'm not doing that shit. And I had to, you got to tell people because people be like, well, you want the business? No, nigga, I already got a job. The fuck you talking about, nigga? And if I didn't have a job, nigga, I would be at every barbershop, every nail salon. Nigga, I wouldn't be sitting around chasing no motherfucker for my business. Nah, nigga, it's too many other people. That's why I'm not tripping. And good looking out, Shawnee, but nah, man, like, just send me your shit. Just email me. Don't trip. Get the product first. And then let me know what it is. And then you know what I'm saying? Like, damn. That's what I do with my own family. I don't be like, but see, my own family don't have me chasing them around either, though. You feel me? Like, they don't do that to me. So if my own family's not doing that shit, nigga, I'm not gonna be chasing a nigga around waiting all day. No. So it's like, man, nah, man, you gotta be easy on people like that. And I always say, I hope you don't try to run no business because you're gonna be mad as fuck. People talking about, I'll be there at this time, and they'll never show up. So I just thought I would get that out the way, man, because I feel like that is a big situation that we gotta start working on as foundational Black Americans and just Black folk in general, melanated people in general. Like, we gotta work on that shit, man, and treat ourselves as business. My fam do that shit. For real, man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't be, look, I gotta say it. Shawnee knows. Shawnee was the first person to watch me and Nuke, the first person, because I wasn't really telling a lot of people because I wanted to see how organically we can get it. Shawnee, I ain't ever, she know, she's a fact. Y'all ain't never heard me on there. Hey, man, go fuck, I always be like, hey, go fuck with this business. Because I'm not tripping. I work at the corporate plantation, so it's not no real big thing to me. I want motherfuckers to just get the books, get the knowledge, man. Fuck all the other shit, man. But when I'm dealing with people outside of this podcast, I gotta be business, nigga. I'm not gonna be waiting on you all day. And if you have a business or you dealing with a business, don't do them like that. Mean what you say and say what you mean. If you, like Tasha said about her friend that got her edibles and shit, I bet you she do, because people be probably telling her, yeah, man, make me. And then they be waiting around all day. Now she done made this product. Now she's like, wait, nah, man, because niggas don't respect her business. So what she has to do is guidelines now. Guidelines, policies and procedures. Nigga, you want this? I'm gonna need a deposit. That's why I don't make nothing until it's confirmation. And then certain people that's iffy and suspect, nigga, I'm not making you nothing. Because a lot of motherfuckers, I have you making this shit, and then the nigga act like they don't get, or they do get it, and I'm gonna pay you. I done had motherfuckers do that shit too. And then you waiting all day, and it's like, man, I don't understand people. Because I don't do business like that. When this sister made these glasses, these wine glasses for me, I sent her the money way before she said, you know why? Because I want to let her know I respect your business. And that's what we have to start doing. You know why? Because if we don't do it, you got people like Amanda Seales, which I'm about to get on right now, talking about Will Smith and talking about Richard King. I can't wait to go see that. See, Amanda Seales thinks that she has the right to say shit about black men in the United States of America. You know, and every time she opens her big dumbass mouth, Black Twitter and everybody else always shut that bitch down. See, that bitch is doing too much. You know what I mean? And why is the movie about Richard King? Because if there's no Richard King, there's no Venus and Serena. He had division, bitch, not them. We got to start checking people when they do that. Just like I be waiting for a motherfucker to say something slick about Joe Jackson. Oh yeah, man, Amanda Seales, that's a funky bitch right there. She is placed there to sow discord. That's why she's placed right there. Remember that. That's exactly why y'all see her everywhere. That's exactly why she always on the Breakfast Club, always somewhere running her mouth, talking about Kamala Harris and all that. And then when Kamala Harris ain't do shit for black people, then the bitch want to kind of like run and duck and hide. All these so-called Democrats, they want to vote shame us. But when you listen to a person like Amanda Seales, I'm like, man, you don't even respect what that man did. If it wasn't for that man, it would be no Venus and Serena. Bitch, it's footage of him with them at the goddamn tennis court. Motherfuckers act like Richard King just sat in the fucking house all day and told them to go play tennis. That nigga was out there with them every motherfucking day. Knowing that them dominant white society people didn't like him or his daughters. But that motherfucker was at every tennis match. And that's why them bitches are the baddest bitches on this planet. Stop. And been kicking ass since the 90s. And I didn't just start watching Venus and Serena, you know, once they got to glory. I used to watch them when they used to get their asses kicked by Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. Yeah, you don't know, yeah. And was with Martina Hingis and Steffi Graf and Jennifer Capriati, the Italian dope dealer that was selling dope the whole time. This bitch hit tennis balls, and then when they had to break, this bitch is giving motherfuckers Quaaludes and shit. You know what I'm saying? She thinks she taking out the tennis ball to hit the bitch hit the Quaalude. Hey, bitch, what you doing? Oh, my bad. I thought that was a tennis ball. But I'm just saying, man, like, who gives you the right to do that? And then who gives you the right to say who Will Smith can play and who he can't play? It's like some of these people should not be talking. Shut the fuck up and sit down. And I don't understand why people give her that platform, because you can tell she's not an educated person. She ain't read shit about black history. She don't know what the fuck is going on. She just thinks she does. At all. Because if you read anything about black history, you would know, like, voting ain't really meant for us. That's one. And two, 4th of July is not our independence. Neither is Juneteenth, aka Coonteenth. None of that shit is. You're still not free. There's a difference between freedom and liberty. Go look that up. Go get your etymology dictionary. Go get your Black's Law dictionary. You should know the history of this country and the things that they have done. As I am reading Never Caught, the untold story about Una Judge. Oh man, George and Martha Washington, racist motherfuckers. Oh my God, just some of the things, because like I said, they kept changing the United States of America's capital around. First it was in New York. Then George Washington wanted it to be in Virginia. Then they moved it to Philly. You know, to Pennsylvania. But in Pennsylvania, that was a state where you could declare your freedom if you was black. So now I'm reading the part where after 6 months, if you have a residency in Pennsylvania, you could declare your freedom. So you could petition for your freedom. Once he found that shit out, that nigga started moving his slaves back and forth from Pennsylvania to Virginia to, like, he just kept moving them back and forth because he didn't want to lose his slaves. But you want to sit up here and talk about George Washington never stayed alive. Fuck you. Want to hear that shit? They trying to cancel the baby, but have Lil Nas X dancing naked in prison shower scenes in music videos. Exactly. She one of the fake woke people, non-FBA. Yeah, she's definitely non-FBA. Let me tell y'all something. Lil Nas X is placed there by the system of racism, white supremacy. Y'all should know that. He's placed there by the dominant white society. You know why? Because look at what he's doing. Now you notice within the dominant white society, they always push it in our community, but it's never in theirs. Do you understand what I'm saying? When you go to these wealthy schools, they don't have nobody acting moist and they don't play. No, they'll bring it to us. Like I said, when I was listening to this podcast and they was talking about, oh man, I travel, I don't see black people, all I see is white people. No, it's called genetic annihilation. You need to go read the ISIS papers by Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. That's number somebody told you. That's not what's really going on. They know what it is. That's why there's a Planned Parenthood in every black neighborhood and there's a fertility clinic in all the white neighborhoods. Stop. That's why when you look at people like Lil Nas X, look, first of all, he used the name Nas. And nobody caught that. He's smart. He used Nas because he know Nas is well respected in the hip hop community, in the black community, period. So he used that name. I wish Nas would have patented it and been like, you can't use my name. I'm suing you. I don't care. You can't even have Nas in my shit. Because now you're denigrating his name. And you turn it into some other shit. And see, he's protected by the dominant white side. They want that shit. That's why the Bussy Entertainment Awards, that was some bullshit. I didn't even watch that shit. For what? Let me see. That's horse shit or cow shit, though. Something like that. They tried to say that when they come to the Florida Keys, we live right across from the Hemingway house in the projects and just stay inside. It wouldn't surprise me if a few years Lil Nas X come out as a straight, I really feel he's an industry mole. It's all for pay. Facts. That's a fact. I believe that too. You can't even turn on TV. I was watching this Love is Blind shit, and one of the dudes on there, allegedly moist, you could tell, but you can kind of tell was kind of like acting because him and the girl start arguing and he was like waving his hands and woo, and also I said, oh, he moist. Then all of a sudden I'm just like, they put him on there on purpose, and it was a black man. They didn't put a white man on there doing that. They put a black man on there. That was the first thing I noticed. They didn't put a white man on there. Most of these shows, right, like Love is Blind and all this other shit and Love at First Sight, if it's some moist shit, it's always the brother. They don't never had a white people moist. It's always the brother. Always. They do that first. They push that with us first, and then they flip it and be like, we homophobic and all this. Look, I got love for my LGBTQ black brothers and sisters, but I'm going to tell you something right now. You black first, and stop trying to allow that community to liken their situation with ours. Like Ellen DeGeneres, I don't like that little leprechaun. She always talk about, our community is just like the black community. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because let me tell you something, in the slave days, they was too busy wanting us to procreate so they can have thousands of slaves. We didn't have time to be on no more shit. So stop with the bullshit, man. But we got to wake up, man. We got to understand what it is. We can't allow people like Amanda Seales and all these other people to come out here and make statements for us when they don't represent us. Look, when I was watching Insecure, the first season it was good. The second season it was okay. But by the third and fourth, I'm like, all right, y'all doing too much, man. And it don't make sense. You dogging niggas out, making it seem like niggas don't never have their shit together. It's like, man, what the fuck is this shit, man? You know what I'm saying? And it's always like, it always turns into that shit. Let me tell you something. It's a show on Stars called The Girlfriend's Experience, right? I watched it. The first episode, I watched it. It's about this white girl. I talked about it before. It's about this white girl that's trying to put herself through college. She meets another college person. The college girl is like, oh, I got all my tuition and shit paid. She's like, damn, how you doing that? You working extra? She's like, hell nah. I'm slanging this pussy, basically. I can turn you on, but you got to keep it between us. So she bring her along with and these are sophisticated boss white men. These are not broke ass white men. So they meeting wealthy white men. These white men paying these bitches, and this bitch basically was a hooker for hire. Great shit. Because it was showing how a lot of white women paying for college. See, they think it's just black women out at the strip club stripping and doing all exotic bullshit as if any other race don't do it. So after I watched the first season, I'm like, oh, this is getting good. And then every episode after that, every white dude she was meeting was more weird and more weird. One man was beating the fuck out of her and fucking her. I say, see, this shit ain't gonna be on long. And look, After that, it went away, and then when it came back, it's some sucker shit on there now. It ain't the same shit. And they didn't really have no black men on there. It was all wealthy white men. And I said, this really was happening. I said, this shit ain't gonna be on here long. And let me tell you, it came out in 2016, and they just brung it back, and that shit is it ain't even the same. Because Hollywood gonna lie, but they gonna put a lot of truth in there. Now, some of the shit probably was far-fetched, but a lot of this shit made a lot of sense. Because this bitch is like, I gotta pay for school. I don't want to get kicked out of school. That other white bitch was like, well, shit, bitch, let me turn you on. Shit, you gotta sell that pussy, bitch. And that's exactly what happened. And now watching, I'm like, now this makes sense. And literally just hustling that shit. And what I liked about it was don't put no black people in no shit like that. Let's just see it from your perspective. And then after that, it didn't come back. And when they brung the show back, they put it on some whole other shit. They didn't put it on the prostitution shit like it was before. Because they don't want, to me, the dominant society to be looked at in that light. Because, they'll take a turn on something else after a while. They'll turn that shit. Just like on this show called Billions. It was getting too good, so then they start fucking with the plot and shit. I'm like, this shit don't even make sense. Because they starting to tell when Hollywood start telling you what's really going on, they'll take a turn they'll go left to throw you all off the scent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always talk about the underworld with Kate Beckinsale. So in the underworld, I always talk about how the werewolves were the black people, the vampires were the white people. The first one was good. The second one was good. The Rise of the Lycans. The third one was even good. That was the Rise of the Lycans. After that, they took it just went into some other shit. I'm like, see, because they know there's only so much they're going to put in there before they go left and make it some other shit. Just like The Matrix. The Matrix was so good because our queen mother, Sophia Stewart. But this fourth Matrix, because the dudes that stole the movie from her, they were dudes then. They were called the Wachowski brothers. Now they're the Wachowski sisters. They turned into women. So it's going to be some more shit in the new Matrix. You know what I'm saying? And this is what they do. So I'm telling you right now, man, you got to look. Don't allow these people to speak for you. Stop following these people, man. And if you're going to follow them, listen to what they're saying and see if they have read a book and understand what shit is about, or they just running their mouth because somebody put a mic in their face. Because that's what a lot of people are doing. A lot of people are not educated. They don't know who we are. They don't know who they are. And then they get in front of the fucking TV or the mic and they get to spewing all kinds of shit because it sound good. But if you notice, a lot of them, when's the last time you heard any black celebrity talk about reparations? When's the last? Just tell me, when's the last time you heard? And you definitely ain't gonna hear no Africans talk about that shit. Because they gonna be like, we need to move past that. Like Akon, this motherfucker talking about we need to forget about slavery. I'll forget about slavery when the white Jewish community forgets about the Holocaust. How about that? But hey, man, that is my time. I am out of here. Remember that. Conduct yourself as a business. Hey, Ice Cube. Yes, conduct yourself. Look how I did Ice Cube. Man, let me tell you something. I was watching last night Meet the Blacks 2, and the whole time I was thinking about Ice Cube, and I'm like, I just wish Ice Cube would have just put his money up on the Friday. He would have made all of them already. Instead of waiting on New Line Cinema, whatever the fuck their name is. There's so many celebrities I don't follow on Instagram now. Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I follow like hip-hop artists and stuff like that. But I don't really listen to what the fuck they got to say. Unless it's like Brother Reza Islam or Brother Ben X or 19 Keys or, somebody like that, or David Banner or something like that. I'll listen to them. But I don't be listening to these token black celebrities. That's not what I'm going to do. At all. At all. So that's it. I would suggest just see what they read. See what they talk about. Like right now, I'm reading Never Caught. Very, very good book. I just ordered another book, too, about slavery billion. But, it's all good, man. Look, man, that's my time. I got to handle this shit. Make sure shit is copacetic. Hey, man, y'all read. Go check out what Amanda Seales said about Will Smith and Richard King and why, Venus and Serena, and why he's playing them, why they talk about the father and not them. And because this is a funky bitch that ain't shit. But anyway, hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. You already know what it is. You know what it ain't. If a nigga talking about they don't see color, guilty nigga, I don't fuck with them. I'm out. Peace.